All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick's on the Power. So we are 2 days away from the Mr. Olympia 2018, the biggest show in bodybuilding. Tomorrow is Thursday. That is going to be the press conference. On Friday, the finals for classic physique, figure, and fitness will be Friday night. And then the 212 and Mr. Olympia prejudging will both also be Friday night. And that will be at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So as far as a video timeline goes, expect a classic physique video from me sometime late Friday night or maybe early Saturday morning. Then on Saturday night, you're going to have the Mr. Olympia finals, the 212 Olympia finals, and the Bikini Olympia finals. And that will also begin at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And all of this will be live streamed on iHerb.com. So I will be doing my own live stream as well on Saturday night, giving my commentary on the Mr. Olympia finals. That's going to be on my YouTube channel. I might also do it on my Instagram, which is at Nick Strength and Power. I might do it on both. So if you guys want to hear my commentary or my opinions and my play-by-play during the Mr. Olympia, I will be live streaming Saturday night, starting with the men's open final. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be teaming up with TeamAndro.com. I've got them there, and they're going to be helping me with the coverage of the Mr. Olympia weekend. They will be sending me all the photos and videos of the events as soon as the events are over. So we will have the quickest updates and the highest quality updates on this channel. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for those. Shout out to Team Andro for offering to team up with me. I really appreciate that. So I wanted to do one final video giving a preview to the Mr. Olympia, making sure everybody knows where to watch it, when to watch it, and the schedule of events. Of course, in men's open bodybuilding, you have Phil Heath, 7-time Mr. Olympia, trying to get that 8th Mr. Olympia title this year, which will tie him with Ronnie Coleman and Lee Haney with the most Olympia wins ever if he does get this title this year. Of course, you've got Big Ramy, who took 2nd last year and has been consistently moving up every single year in the placings. So Big Ramy is definitely vying for that title. He's in the running. You've got William Bonac, who took 3rd last year at the Olympia, just won the 2018 Arnold Classic. A tremendous amount of momentum behind William Bonac going into this Olympia. And of course, you got Sean Roden saying this is going to be the best Olympia physique he's ever brought to the stage. This is the year, apparently, that Sean Roden thinks he's going to win the Olympia, so we got to look out for him. You've got Rolly Winkler looking possibly the best he's ever looked this year at the Arnold Classic Australia, where he took a major win, beating 3rd-place finisher at the Olympia last year in William Bonac, and also beating Dexter Jackson. Rolly is looking to be a serious threat to the top 6 this year. You've got Nathan Diasha. Nathan Diasha looks to have made some of the biggest improvements he's made to his physique over the past year, winning 2 pro shows this year to qualify him for the Mr. Olympia, and working with Matt Jansen. And of course, he's coming off that massive win at the New York Pro this past year. You've got Sergio Oliva Jr. making history this year, the first ever son of a former Mr. Olympia winner to compete in the Mr. Olympia competition. Never been done before in the history of the Mr. Olympia. So this Mr. Olympia, we're going to be seeing history being made with the fact that Sergio Oliva Jr. is even on that stage, regardless of how he places. I'm excited to see, just the fact that this is history in the making. I'm very excited to watch that. You've got Brandon Curry looking the best he's ever looked after spending some time over in Kuwait and making tremendous improvements to his physique. He's looking like he could be a serious top threat to the top 6 as well. And Brandon Curry this year, I think, is going to be maybe the best Olympia appearance he's ever had. A lot of people say they're not excited for the men's open bodybuilding division this year at the Olympia. But personally, I think there's a lot of really competitive guys. I think this lineup is going to be a very tough one. Of course, you got Dexter Jackson. You've got Steve Kuklo. We're all waiting to see what Cedric McMillan is going to be able to put together this year at the Olympia. After a not-so-good showing at the Toronto Pro, it's kind of up in the air how Cedric is going to be looking this year. You've got Juan Morel. You've got Alexis Rivera, Justin Luis Rodriguez, Ian Valle. A lot of very competitive guys going into the Olympia this year. I'm excited to see this lineup compete. The 212 Olympia. This will be the last 212 Olympia that we see Flex Lewis compete in. This will also be the last 212 Olympia we see Jose Raymond compete in. 2 legends of the 212 Olympia retiring from the 212 division after this year. I look forward to seeing what they're going to be able to put together on the 212 Olympia stage. Unfortunately, Hadi Chupan put up a post on his Instagram saying he's not going to be allowed to compete. He's not going to be able to make it, which is pretty much what we predicted. But we saw Hadi and his coach after he won that Portugal Pro. Both of them were saying he was going to be at the Mr. Olympia, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to. But he does say he encourages everybody competing in the 212 Olympia to show up to the Asian Grand Prix following the Olympia, so they can kind of have a second version of the 212 Mr. Olympia that includes Hadi Choopan, because I do believe that Hadi Choopan is one of the top threats to Flex Lewis's title and one of the top threats to the 212 Olympia. Unfortunately, due to issues with his visa, he's not going to be able to make it, but I would like to see what he's able to do against this lineup. So I do look forward to covering the Asia Grand Prix later this year. Classic Physique. We've got one of the most stacked Classic Physique Olympias ever this year. A ton of new guys this year. You got Wesley Vissers, you got Regan Grimes, you got Steve Lorius, you've got David Hoffman, and of course you got Chris Bumstead, who took second last year. You got Breon Ainsley, who won last year. Many people are rooting for Chris Bumstead this year to, pull off the upset and finally win. You've got George Peterson, Arash Rabar. You've got Danny Hester, who was the first Classic Physique Mr. Olympia back in 2016. You got Stanimal. So the Classic Physique Olympia will be an exciting one this year, and I look forward to seeing how all these guys do. If you want to see a more in-depth review of the Classic Physique division this year, go ahead and check out my Classic Physique Olympia prediction video that I made a couple days ago. Men's Physique. Now, not a lot of people are that interested in men's physique this year, and I don't really cover men's physique much on this channel, but Jeremy Buendia has announced this will be his final Mr. Olympia appearance in the men's physique division. Many people speculating he's going to be moving up to the Classic Physique division as well. So in years past, I haven't even watched the men's physique division at the Olympia, but I think this year I will watch just to see if Jeremy Buendia gets that final title before he decides to possibly move up to the Classic Physique division. So I'm excited, man. I hope you guys are excited as well. This is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. My favorite week of the year for this channel, the most exciting week of the year for this channel. I'm looking forward to see how all the best bodybuilders in the world in every division, how they're going to stack up against each other and who will be crowned Mr. Olympia in each of these categories, and who will be the best bodybuilder in the world in men's open bodybuilding. It's just fascinating. And then, of course, also this year we have the fan voting system, which is going to be interesting to see how that is implemented and how that is actually affecting the actual result of the Mr. Olympia competition. And it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be crowned the People's Champion this year, because effectively what it is, it's going to be a second Mr. Olympia title. So it's going to be interesting to see if somebody other than Phil Heath gets that title, who it's going to be, because Kai Green is not going to be there. So it's going to be interesting to see who becomes the first ever Mr. Olympia People's Champ. So I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are excited. Stay tuned for this channel because we're going to be posting a ton of coverage of the Mr. Olympia weekend this weekend. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Thank you guys for watching. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.